SkeeTV.
Welcome back to another edition of Skee Locker. Right here on SkeeTV, we are live inside the Skee Lodge, where today we're going to show you the Jordan 7. A little bit early before its release. This is the Olympic edition. Just in time for me to catch my flight to London next week. Skee Locker, check us out. So what we have today is obviously the Air Jordan 7. Now this is actually the 5th release of the Olympic 7s. They originally came out in '92 for the Barcelona Olympics when Jordan wore them. Then they re-released in 2004, a similar version re-released in 2010 for the love of the game, with a little heart on it being the only difference. And then they are out again for the Summer Games in London. So let's check them out. They come in the brand new Jordan box that you've been seeing this year. Big size on it, big overall thing, and the clips underneath, so you kind of got to pull it out. It has the little Jordan signature paper around it. And there you see the 2012 Jordan 7 Olympics. Now, some brief history on the Jordan 7. This was the first Jordan to not have the Nike logo on it anywhere. The originals actually had it on the very inside of the sole, but the first Jordan to feature only the Jumpman on the outside. Now, Tinker Hatfield designed this model alongside a lot of the other legendary ones he's done. It was the first Jordan shoe to not feature the Nike logo or the swoosh on the outside. The originals actually had it on the inside, but the outside didn't have a Nike logo or swoosh anywhere, which kind of pissed off Nike at the time, but Tinker felt like the Jumpman at that point in time in '92 could live on its own. And he was actually inspired for the whole design of the 7 by African pop art posters. He actually was walking around in Portland, the story goes, and saw one, went in and offered to buy it. They wouldn't sell it to him until he said he was designing the Jordan around it. They sold it to him for 15 bucks. And that's why you got a lot of the crazy patterns. Not on this one, but if you look at some of the other 7s, you'd see some of the crazy African tribal patterns, as well as some of the weird colors that hadn't really been seen on Jordan model before. So let's get back to the Olympic version. Now, the one thing you will notice about the shoe, it has the 9 on the back instead of the 23, because that's the number that Michael wore in the '92 Olympics with the Dream Team in Barcelona. Now, also on the back you can see the 7. A lot of people don't notice for the Jordan 7, which is a cool little feature. And now, as we get down to the actual shoe itself, it's a pretty straight up retro of what they have. Some of the differences from the OGs is the metallic silver shines more now. The gold was always, you know, a little dim. Not necessarily the gold you think, it's almost more of a bronze. But in this version, you can definitely check it out. If you check out the 2004 version, you'll see the gold is a lot lighter. Here it seems to be a lot darker, while the red in this version seems to be a lot lighter. So give and takes, nothing too much that you're going to notice, although the gold, especially because it's such a color that stands out and because it's not used that much, you will notice how it's dim. You have the gold tips on the laces that are a little shinier. As you can see, they actually don't match the Jumpman perfectly. But overall, in terms of quality, they've kept it pretty much the same. Now, I actually prefer this model versus the 2010 for the love of the games. The only difference with those, besides some small color and material changes, were it has a gold basketball-shaped heart, which I didn't really like right there personally. So it's good that they came out with the original versions for the 2012 release. Now again, they're going to be popular, everybody's going to get them, especially because the shoe game is so messed up right now, and anything that comes out that's relatively limited sells out, so you're going to want to get there early, call your connections, but it's really not that difficult of a shoe to get in essence because it is the 4th release of this model. Although it is a great model, it's always going to sell well. It's not going to be the most exclusive Jordan you'll ever find. However, it will sell out quick, so get your place in lines. Checking out the shoe itself, the quality is decent. You know, the leather is kind of what you've come to expect from Jordan retros. Not the best. I'm not sure how it's going to last, you know, with the test of time. It's not the best quality leather I've seen on a retro. It's already starting to crease a little bit up at the top, and I've never even worn these. It's the first time I've taken them out of the box. But nothing that you don't expect. In terms of price points, when the original Jordan 7s came out, they were expensive at the time. It was 125 bucks. Then when they came out with the retros in 2004, the Olympic ones, they kept it 130 bucks. Last year, or 2010 when they came out, they were 150 bucks. Now they are 160 bucks. So, slowly been making its way up. It's not as dramatic as some of the other shoes we've seen in recent years. It's not going to matter because they're going to go for a lot more in the secondary market, but still notice that the prices are steadily climbing on this. And this one doesn't even come with like any other tags or retro cards or anything else like some of the other models did. Now if you notice the red on the bottom, it's actually a lot brighter than the red on the sides and the backs, and that's probably just because of the material used and the layers that they cover. Obviously this is a different material than the bottom, same with the inside. It's almost a darker red, but that is something that you notice. It's almost a real bright red on the bottom. As you get to the top, it's a little bit darker, so that is one thing to stay in touch with, but nothing that anybody's really gonna notice unless you're insane about shoes like yours truly. Overall, dope shoe. Jordan VII Olympics classic. You gotta get them for the Olympics. I'll see you in London. Skee Locker, we out of here.